Hello, photographers and designers. Welcome to another episode of Coaching for Creatives. My name is McKay. I am the founder of Business of Creativity, and I'm here to share with you the three main reasons to raise your freelancer rates. For many of us, and for most of my clients, pricing their creative services is one of the biggest challenges. And for sure, knowing when they should be raising their rates. A lot of us have been struggling because in this economy, a lot of expenses and costs are going up. We're going to start right there. The number one reason to raise your prices is because your costs have gone up. Yes, there's a lot of things that we can do in our freelancer business to be able to manage our costs, to reduce our costs, to look at what our investment is into the services that we provide. But let's face it, sometimes things just cost more money. Studio rentals cost more money, subscription fees go up, inflation, all these things are going to influence what it costs us to deliver our service. And if you've been watching any of my content, you know that one of the three key components of calculating your price is your own costs, but only one of them. But it is a really compelling reason to raise your prices. What is the second most compelling reason to raise your price? If you have never been told you're too expensive, then chances are you're probably not even charging enough. That would be the number two reason for raising your rates as a freelancer, is to look at, have you ever had anyone say to you, you're too expensive? My feeling is sort of the inverse of this. If you have had people buy your highest price offer, especially if you make your offer of services in packages, like you have your premium package, your middle package, and your basic package, if you've sold your highest level package more than 3 times in a year, it is also time to raise your prices, because clearly there are people willing to pay your top prices out there. That would bring me to the third reason to raise your rates as a freelancer. If you have ever had a client or a project, an inquiry that's come to you, and you've thought, oh, you know what, this would be a PITA kind of project. And PITA is an acronym, P-I-T-A, which is a pain in the ass. I know that most of you have had those kind of PITA clients, but even if you can spot them in advance and you think, okay, I could do this project, but oh, it would really have to be worth it. Here's the test that you can run. If you take your standard pricing that you would normally charge for that project and you double it, maybe even triple it, you will be shocked that likely 50% of the time you're still going to sell to that client. A lot of times, even doubling or tripling our prices, especially for those PITA prospects, is going to end up in a closed sale. For sure, if you've done this experiment and you've doubled your price and somebody said yes, it is absolutely time to raise your freelancer rates and to start actually pricing for profit and sustainability. That's the 3 tips that I have for you on when should you actually raise your freelancer rates. Number 1, you should raise it if your costs and your expenses have increased. Number 2, you should absolutely raise it if you are not getting any no's on your most expensive pricing, or if you've sold your most expensive pricing more than 3 times. And number 3, you should raise your prices to test your PITA prospects and to see if you could actually get paid enough to make it worthwhile to do those projects. I'd love to hear from you. Are there any other reasons that you can think of, or circumstances where you've thought maybe it's time to raise my rates? Obviously, if you're changing your business model at all, if you're going after a new client, if you're creating a new service, if you're trying to penetrate a new market, if you're pivoting your business, all of these are special circumstances that require looking at your business overall. And that is absolutely one of the services that I provide for my clients. I help you figure out, is it time to raise your rates? How are you going to actually implement that? And what are you going to end up charging so that you can earn more money doing work that you love with clients that inspire you? Please send me a DM or reach out or post below. I would love an opportunity to have a quick 15-minute phone call with you and see if I might be the right fit for helping you earn money, do less, and feel more confident in your business. Thanks for joining me for Coaching for Creatives. My name is McKay. Have a fantastic day.